So let's start down on the mat, on your back. Hug your knees into your chest and just gently start to rock from side to side. Just gently massaging into your lower back, into your kidneys and into your tummy. And just starting to connect with your breath here. Bring the arms out in line with the shoulders, and as you exhale, gently drop the knees to your left. Maybe looking to your right side if it's comfortable, taking a couple of deep breaths into your lower back, into the side. And then inhale, gently start to lift the knees back to center. Be mindful of your back as you exhale and drop your knees down to your right side, maybe looking over to the left. Taking a couple of deep breaths here into your left side, finding some space through the lower back and the hips. And now inhale, gently bring the knees back into center, and again hug the knees towards your tummy. Start to make some circles around, so massaging into your intestines, into your lower tummy. Taking nice deep breaths as you move. And start to circle the knees the other way. Now keeping your knees bent, bring the feet down to the ground. Make sure your arms are comfortable. And gently start to sway the knees from side to side, maybe keeping your feet as wide as the mat to find a little bit more space through the hips and through the lower back. Maybe slowing it down to move with your breath, or maybe moving a little bit faster to start to heat the body. Now wiggle the feet back into the midline, grab hold of the left knee and stretch out the right leg. Now lifting your shoulders and your head from the mat, we're going to gently start to alternate the knees, squeezing them in towards the chest. If this feels too challenging on the abdominals or on the neck, then maybe lowering the shoulders and the head down towards the mat. Keep drawing your belly button down towards your spine and scooping up your pelvic floor to activate the core muscles and start to heat through the body. If you can, start to synchronize your breath here. So inhale, exhale to release it. Inhale the knee in and exhale to stretch the leg, flexing through the feet, pushing the heels away from you. Now get the knees a hug in towards you and gently start to rock through the spine. So tucking the chin towards the chest, just rocking forwards and backwards until you bring yourself up into a seated position. We'll move into Sukhasana now, your cross-leg position. So if it's more comfortable, maybe pop in a block or a bolster underneath you if you have tight hips or back. And pressing down into your knees or thighs, we'll gently start to make some circles around. So keeping your chest lifted, looking forwards. Dropping the belly and the chest down towards the thighs, making a circular motion. And then slowly start to bring it back in the other direction. Just taking it nice and easy, pressing down into the knees and thighs, feeling the hips and the lower back start to open up. Now rolling forwards, you can remove your block or your bolster from underneath you and bring yourself into a tabletop position. So hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, pressing down into the ground nice and firmly. We'll take a few cat-cows. So inhale, taking it forwards. Exhale, press into the ground to roll up. Inhale, take your chest and your belly button forwards. Keep your hips in line with your knees. Exhale, press down into the ground. Push all the way up. Find space between your shoulder blades. So just moving in your own rhythm here, in your own time, moving with the breath. Inhaling forwards and exhale to press into the ground and round through the back. And just take one more repetition before you bring yourself back to that neutral position. Now gently start to make circles around, so bringing the body weight forwards into your shoulders, hands and wrists, and then pushing it back towards your hips and knees, just gently starting to remove any energy blockages from your joints. So really allowing that prana to start to flow through the body. Nice deep breaths here as you move. Now bring the base of your big toes together, knees out as wide as your mat, and start to wiggle yourself down into child's pose. But let's press onto the fingertips and draw the shoulder blades back to send your heart forwards and really start to activate the posture. And you might start to feel a little heat here through the arms, the shoulders and the shoulder blades as you start to heat the body up. So keep pressing the chest forwards, keep sending the hips down towards the heels of your feet. Now walking the hands back in towards you, we're going to tuck the toes and slowly start to lift up into downward facing dog. So bringing the thighs towards the belly, extend the hip bones up towards the sky, and then gently start to walk through your feet to find some space in the back side of the body, through the hamstrings, through the glutes, maybe bending into the elbows if it's comfortable, or rising up onto the balls of the feet. Drawing your belly button in towards your spine, take a deep breath in and exhale to bend the knees and slowly start to move your way to the top of the mat, resting your belly onto your thighs, Uttanasana, your forward fold. Maybe resting your hands onto a block if your hamstrings feel tight today. Take a breath, and as you exhale, bend the knees, tuck your tailbone, and slowly start to roll all the way up to find Tadasana, your mountain pose. Let's bring the hands together at heart center in a prayer position. Now inhale, look up towards your hands, open up the throat. And then exhale, bend the knees and slowly start to bring yourself through a flat back into a forward fold. Again, resting your belly down towards your thighs, hands onto the block or onto the ground. Take your right hand to the outside edge of your left foot and inhale to bring your left arm up towards the sky, looking towards your hand to twist the body. So gently starting to release any tension through the lower back and massaging into your intestines. And then slowly releasing it down, we'll switch sides, bringing the left hand to the outside edge of the right foot and inhale the arm up towards the sky for your twist. Softening into the knees, taking care not to overstretch the lower back. And then as you exhale, gently starting to release the hand back down towards the ground. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, bend the knees, sliding your right leg back. We can either find a high lunge or we can drop the knee down towards the ground to release tension. So maybe using blocks here to support you at the hands if you need a bit more support, or just holding here for a couple of breaths. Now inhale, maybe bringing the hands up to heart center. Either staying here or moving gently into a twist, so bringing your right elbow over your left knee or thigh. Option here to tuck your back toes and inhale to lift the knee. Just listen to what your body's telling you to do. Keep pressing down nice and firmly into your feet. Keep hugging your belly button in. Keep finding the strength through the legs, pressing the feet down into the ground. And with your next exhalation, slowly start to bring yourself back to center. Pop the hands onto the ground, step back, bring yourself into a plank or into a half plank with the knees on the ground. Check in here, your shoulders are over your hands, spread your fingers and squeeze into the ground to support your wrists. Now as you exhale, either lower all the way down or knees, chest, chin to the ground, find chaturanga. Slide yourself forwards, roll the shoulders back and bring yourself into cobra or baby cobra. And then pushing up onto your knees, tuck your toes, and again let's find downward facing dog. So tilting your pelvis, your tailbone up towards the sky, extending the heels to the ground, but keeping your knees nice and soft, rolling the shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale to lift your right leg. We're going to scoop it forwards, plant the right foot down, and then either drop the knee down or keep it lifted for a high lunge. Couple of breaths here. Press into your feet. Option to lift up. Bring your hands to heart center in a prayer position. Again, option to stay here or find a twist, taking your left elbow over your right knee and thigh. Maybe tucking your back toes and inhale to lift the knee into a high lunge. Keep looking towards your right elbow for your twist. Keep pressing the hands together. Keep drawing the belly button in. So feel the heat start to move through the body. Last couple of deep breaths here. Keep pressing the hands together to activate your shoulders. And as you exhale, we'll slowly start to bring it back to center. Releasing yourself down to the ground. Again, plant the hands down, pick up the legs, step it back into a plank or knees down for half plank, shoulders over the hands. And as you exhale, either move through a full chaturanga or knees, chest, chin down to the ground, or lower yourself all the way down. Shoulders back and down, find cobra or baby cobra, or maybe upward facing dog if the body's warm. And either drop the knees or roll over your feet, bring yourself into downward facing dog. So shoulders back and down, pressing the heels towards the ground, maybe stepping your feet a little further back now if the legs have started to warm up. And as you exhale, start to walk your feet forwards again to the top of the mat. With your next exhalation, bend the knees, scoop the arms forward, send your hips back and find Utkatasana, chair pose. Now lift up your toes to check you're pressing into the heels of your feet. Keep your knees in line with your toes and activate the glutes. Option to stay here. Bring the hands to heart center, or we can take a twist and bring your right elbow over the outside edge of your left knee or thigh. Again, pressing the hands together to look up towards your left elbow. Nice deep breaths into the side of the body. And inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, take it to the other side. Left elbow to the outside edge of your right thigh or knee. Again, press the hands together, look up towards your right elbow, keep the knees in one line, maybe keep lifting your toes, make sure you're pressing into the heels of the feet. And now inhale, bringing it back to center, shoot the arms back up or in front of you, bring yourself back to chair pose. And exhale, forward fold, straighten the legs. Just take a breath here, allowing the legs to relax. Take a deep breath, and with your next exhalation, plant the hands down. Let's step it all the way back into plank or half plank. Pressing into the ground nice and firmly, squeeze the belly button in. And then as you exhale, drop the knees to the ground, take them out wide and bring yourself into balasana, child's pose. And just take a moment here to notice how the body feels. Maybe noticing a change of body temperature or the energy starting to change in the body. Now gently start to roll yourself up and make your way down onto your belly. Interlock your hands at your lower back. Press your hips, thighs and feet into the ground. Inhale to roll the shoulders, and as you exhale, start to slide the hands down towards the feet as you gently feel the chest lift from the mat. Now looking forwards, keep pressing down into the thighs. Option if you want to here to lift the feet and squeeze the thighs together to bring the posture into more of a working posture than just a stretch. Keep rolling the shoulders down. Keep squeezing the thighs together if the feet are lifted. And then exhale, release yourself all the way down to the ground. Hands under the shoulders, push up onto your knees, take a breath. And as you exhale, push yourself up into a nice deep cat stretch to stretch out the back extension. Now find your way down onto your bum and bring the feet out in front of you. Heels connected to the ground, making sure your sit bones are on the ground. Bring your right leg in towards you, cross it over the left, and we're going to come into a variation of Makrasana, so either hugging the knee towards you or bringing the elbow around the knee as we open up the shoulders and pop the fingertips onto the ground behind you. Now lengthening through the spine, tailbone to the ground, bringing the length all the way up towards the crown of the head. So a couple of deep breaths here. And then exhale to bring it back to center for the other side. So bringing the left leg in towards you, crossing it over the right. And then again, either hugging the knee towards you, or we can bring the elbow over the back of the knee. Inhale to lift, and exhale to open up the arm, the shoulder, fingertips down behind you. Again, nice deep breaths, finding length from your tailbone up towards the crown of the head. And then exhale to bring it back to center. So we're going to move into a forward fold. Again, making sure your sit bones are connected to the ground. Inhale, the arms up towards the sky. Now exhale, we're going to fold forwards, bringing your belly down towards your thighs, either grabbing hold of the outside edge of your feet, or maybe to your ankles, or maybe onto your big toes if that's comfortable for you. We're looking for a flat back, so keep sending your heart forwards to keep length through the spine as you exhale, gently encouraging your belly towards your thighs. If the belly is fully connected to the thighs, option here to relax the head and shoulders, dropping the head down towards the knees or the shins. And just taking a couple of deep breaths, maybe into the side body if the diaphragm feels restricted here. Just allowing this forward fold to gently massage into the tummy, into the kidneys. And with your next inhalation, bringing yourself all the way up and finding your way onto your back. We're going to finish up with the twist again. So inhale, draw the knees towards your chest. Exhale, slowly start to drop the knees down to the right side of the body, maybe bringing your right hand onto your left knee. And if it's comfortable, looking over towards your left side. So just noticing the difference here from your first twist at the beginning of the practice. Maybe the body feels a little lighter as it's warmer. And then releasing the hand, inhale the knees back to center, and exhale, dropping them down to your left side. Again, maybe bringing the hand onto the knee or thigh, and maybe looking to your right side if it's comfortable for you. Taking a couple of breaths into your right side, noticing how the body feels. And now inhale, bringing the knees back to center, taking any last movement that you feel you need before we gently start to come down into Shavasana. So just allowing the legs to fall out to the side of the mat, And drawing the shoulders down away from your ears, relaxing the back of the head into the ground. And just taking a couple of minutes now to allow your body to absorb all of the benefits of your practice. Starting to bring your attention back towards your breath. Feeling a lightness through the body as you inhale deeply into your belly. Exhaling, allowing all the breath to pass from the body, feeling your body relax down into the ground. And maybe watching your breath pass through you. Maybe watching the rise and the fall of the tummy as you breathe. Or maybe finding focus by watching the space between your eyebrows. Just allowing yourself a few minutes here to be present, to allow your body to relax. Allow some stillness through your body and through your mind. And now slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And take a nice deep breath in, allowing your breath to return to its normal rhythm. Slowly start to open your eyes. Namaste.